Good morning, doctor and my friends. My name is Tan Bing Chen, metric number 284893. Now I'm going to present the introduction of our group assignment. Cloud computing is a technology that provides IT resources on demand over the internet and use pay-per-use pricing. People can get technology services such as computer power, storage, and databases from cloud providers such as Amazon Web Service on an as-needed basis without having to buy, own, and maintain physical data center and server. For example, healthcare companies are using the cloud to develop more personalized patient treatment. Financial services companies are using the cloud to support real-time fraud detection and prevention. Video game makers are using the cloud to deliver online games to millions of players worldwide. The advantage of cloud computing is make it easy to use a variety of technologies so people can innovate faster and build almost anything imaginable. After that, cloud computing gives people the freedom to experiment and test new ideas to build unique customer experiences and transform people's business. Lastly, through cloud computing, people can scale to new geographic and deploy globally in minutes. There are three types of cloud computing, which is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Infrastructure as a service provides access to network, feature, computer, and data storage capacity is often provided. Platform as a service enables people to concentrate more on deployment and administration of application, typically the hardware and operating system. Lastly, software as a service is a service provider manage and operate a full product. Now I'm going to present the overview and recent development of Article 1. Through Article 1, we can know that educational technology has been penetrating and changing the shape of education from scratch of the past 100 years. In the past decade, people have seen the impact of technology on the field of education beginning to gradually deepen. The rapid development of the global economy, people's consumption levels continue to upgrade, and people's demand for education has also shown diversified and personalized characteristics. The recent development of Article 1 is the global cloud computing industry continues to expand in past few years. In recent years, under the dual promotion of policy and industry, Malaysia's cloud computing industry has also adoption in the education sector. Since as early as 2015, the government has introduced relevant policy to support the adoption of cloud computing in education sector. From 2015 to 2022, the rise of cloud computing in Malaysia and software services freed users from heavy and complex computer resource management. And institutions such as education bureaus, primary and secondary school, and university began to build educational cloud platform and smart campus. At the same time, new models such as live streaming, flipped classroom in the cloud, and AI dual teacher were applied to teaching scenarios, and teaching and learning began to move into the intelligent era together. Now I'm going to present the overview and recent development of Article 2. Through Article 2, we can know that cloud computing was first used in business, used to calculate and analyze large-scale business data. It was only in 2009 that Malaysia started to select successful cases of cloud computing assisted teaching in the national education field. The use of cloud computing in educational sector can promote the integration of educational resources, improving the sharing of resources among high sharing of resources among universities. It can reduce the cost of upgrading computer hardware equipment and help establish an efficient distance education model and online learning platform. The recent development of Article 2 is cloud computing as a new technology that enables the circulation of computer power as a commodity. It's increasingly used in various projects, providing an option to optimize resources for the current situation of overall lack and uneven distribution of educational resources. And the educational cloud is increasingly mentioned in the education sector. An education cloud is a system that uses advanced cloud computing technology to integrate and informatize education information resources and systems, deploy and realize them on a cloud platform, and provide services to teachers and students, and even to the community through the internet. Cloud computing can make education and resources stored in the cloud. Furthermore, storing educational resources in the cloud also saves the cost of purchasing these hardware resources and reduce the cost of the hardware.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Nushairah binti Muhammad. My number matrix is 287055. I will discuss about overview and recent development of Article 3. The goal of giving everyone a school education can be reached with the help of information and communication technology. So, cloud computing makes higher education institutions to become more globally competitive and also provide students with world-class education and R&D opportunity. The reason for this is that data is easier to access during the internet as long as area has internet coverage. For instance, developed countries such as Japan, USA, Europe already use cloud computing in their higher education. Cloud computing was in Malaysia was launched by Malaysian government and run by Mampu for Federal Ministry. For your information, the government invests a large sum of money to build and maintain the Sprite ICT infrastructure for each university. Ministry of Higher Education can easily and quickly manage information related to university using cloud computing infrastructure, such as number of undergraduate and graduate students, number of lecturers at each university, and other related information. The Ministry of Higher Education can easily track and access all resources of high institution by using cloud computing service. Uses as platform for lecturer and student to share data when completing a task without having interact stimulation and fetch each other. For instance, at the Northern University of Malaysia or UUM, cloud computing can provide e-learning or learning zone which can be accessed by thousands of students. Next, I will discuss about overview and recent development of Article 4. The most popular use of cloud computing are in sharing service platforms, for example, such as Dropbox and Google Drive. Cloud-based e-learning systems are future of e-learning infrastructure and technology in Malaysia educational system. The system will improve the traditional infrastructure of e-learning. Cloud computing has solved the problem of high cost for e-learning by sharing resources such as servers, application, and service. Cloud-based planning tool to access them in organize their teaching portfolio, a local audience lecture on teaching, or a draft for publication. The infrastructure of cloud computing facility in develop of mass open online course or MOOCs. So that can help improve subject matter. The increasing access to educational opportunity has the potential to boost the academic achievement of students. Recent trend is have seen increasing in use mobile device, which is frequency combined with the cloud computing. Students frequently use mobile technology such as smartphone, laptop, tablet to access cloud-based content for their educational tool. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Nur Binti Abdul Hadi. My material number is 287248. Overview and recent development of Article 5. Cloud computing is one strategy for encouraging an innovative culture in classrooms. Students can use creativity to demonstrate their mastery of standards, thanks to teachers' ability to connect them to a variety of programmers and applications. The cloud gives students the chance to express themselves and make choices about how to exhibit their learning, and it gives them access to a variety of technological tools For doing so, teachers and students can tailor coursework through the cloud to each student's unique needs. The 21st century classroom requires more flexibility in terms of design and layout, much as technology is influencing and replacing future occupation. Cloud computing also gives teachers access to cutting-edge classroom design. The cloud streamlines cutting-edge instructional models like blended learning and flipped classes. While students use the cloud to access classes and assignments from home, both models allow for more in-person interaction with students at the school. Overview and recent development of Article 6. Cloud computing is a network of computing resources that can be used to improve the effectiveness of the educational system. Integration of cloud software and services with on-premises software and assets can give schools a new option for balancing system management, cost, and security. The Ministry of Education will make sure that all Malaysian students can learn using ICT and increase the efficiency of learning under the 2013 until 2025 Malaysian Education Development Plan. The Ministry of Education has taken 4 steps, including giving people the knowledge and skills they need to learn well and live productively in the digital environment. Next, the Ministry have provided a virtual learning platform and 4G internet connection to all schools in Malaysia through the iBestariNet project. The Ministry of Education also offers training to all instructors so they can use ICT in the classroom and to improve student learning outcomes. They enhance the learning environment through the use of ICT innovation like distance learning and self-learning materials. Hence, this step will help people to know more information about cloud computing, so they will use cloud computing in daily tasks.
Over the years, the educational business has become back at the protracted way. Teaching and learning are not any longer confined to textbook and school, but currently reaches the computer and mobile devices. One of the technology that drive innovation for this business is cloud computing. Essentially, cloud computing could be an advanced technology that shifts the emphasis from the physical resources to the virtual ones. If you wish to grasp its impact of education landscape, you wish to know what cloud computer is and the way it truly works. By the appearance of the cloud-based e-learning that specialize in cloud computing, learning educational system in our country, Malaysia, had become more flexible because the tutors do not have to meet up the students physically. This cloud computing in the education surely had imports a lot of advantages to the many parties. However, Malaysia have become used to the old traditional way of learning, such as coming up to the school to attend the classes, so the movement phases from the old norm to the new norm has its own problem. When observing today's world, it is turning to the digital in every form, the living style, working space, and also included educational. The technique of handling the technology devices is highly demanded nowadays. With the greater than 300 million COVID-19 vaccine distributed, lifestyle through the US are slowly moving toward the next new norm. For many K-12 faculties, this indicates a go back in men or women instructions within sight the fall, which might be less distributed via way of means of pandemic pressures. But while in men or women gaining knowledge of ramps out, far away schooling won't be vanished. Recent survey facts observe that 45% of dads and moms could nevertheless choose partial digital gaining knowledge of given the chance. The educational sectors in the least levels was grossly littered with the impacts of the pandemic. Because it was the within world economy and its attendant result on businesses, it had been for education. With the emergence of the vacant classroom, there was the necessity for a virtual learning surrounding which called VLE, and that's wherever cloud computing came in handy. Since the lockdown, each institution had faced unprecedented disruption because the pandemic created them transit to the next area quicker than they had envisaged. 43% of upper establishments of learning have adopted cloud computing. It allows organizations to leverage vastly superior resources they will maintain. It additionally provides spaces for college kids and lecturers who work remotely.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Intan Rohani binti Muhammad Azali Sabri. My number metric is 284862. Overview and recent development of Article 9. A growing number of users and business prefer to store their data in the cloud as cloud computing continues its rapid development. To protect data privacy in this situation, they encrypt the data before uploading. Public key encryption with keyword search was introduced in 2004. A new PAEKS in 2020, but it does not offer multi-trapdoor privacy, but is claimed to offer multi-ciphertext. Lattice-based searchable encryption scams, which promise greater security, have recently been proposed. Overview and recent development of Article 10. Internal users receive private cloud services from a company data center. In the public cloud model, the cloud service is delivered online by a third-party cloud service provider. A hybrid cloud combines on-premises private cloud infrastructure with public cloud services, orchestrating and automating operation between the two. A multi-cloud model, or the use of various IaaS providers, is also becoming more and more popular among business. Organizations use multiple clouds for a variety of reasons. A community cloud, which is used by a number of organizations, support a specific community that has similar goals, policies, security needs, and compliance requirements.
In conclusion, the education sector is developing as a result of cloud computing. Through a network, academics and students can swiftly and affordably employ a variety of application domains and resources. Storage solutions offered by cloud computing are more dependable and transparent. This essay explains the significance of cloud computing in the field of education and how cloud-based technology may be used to spread high-quality education.